Worse around the country, the AAA is warning drivers to check their tires very carefully. NBC's Tom Costello is at a police driving course in Chantilly, Virginia, to demonstrate the dangers of driving on wet roads with tires that aren't up to the job. Tom, good morning to you.
Yeah, Meredith, good morning to you. There are 23,000 blowouts every year. More than 600 people die because their tires are underinflated. With us is John Nielsen from the AAA. He's going to show us how to check the tires. You say we should do it every month, and you say people should use the penny test. What's that?
If you take a penny, insert it with Lincoln's head down into the tire tread, what you're going to look for is the top of Lincoln's head. If you can see the top of his head, your tires are worn out, it's time to replace it.
The entire head, because you might see some of his head, but you're saying if you see the top of his head, and again you've got it upside down, then it's time to replace the tire.
That's right.
Now, what about inflating the tire? A lot of people don't realize that you should be checking your tires literally every month.
Every month.
Show us how to do it. Now, this is common to many people, but it's surprising how many people don't do it.
Right. Take the tire pressure gauge, insert it into the valve, and read your pressure.
But this is critical. People think that they get their tire, the proper pressure, the PSI, from the side of the tire, and that's not the case.
Not at all. You want to look in your driver's side door jamb, or in any case, in the owner's manual, you'll find the proper inflation pressure to keep your tires running right.
Yeah, that's important because a lot of people, again, think you just check the side of your tire. You should check instead the door jamb, either here or perhaps over here, or you check, in fact, in your owner's manual. Last point, John, you say we should change all tires at the same time?
You should. When your tires are worn out, replace all four as a set to keep equal traction at all four corners.
Otherwise, you can lose tread. John, thank you. With us in the car is Lieutenant Ken May from the Fairfax County Police Department. He runs this track here. He's going to show us what can happen if you, in fact, get into a situation where the tire is not properly inflated or perhaps you don't have good tread. Ken, good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
So we're going to go about 22 miles an hour, and Ken and I have practiced this now for several times over the last 24 hours. But this is what happens if you are going 22 miles an hour and, in fact, you start to skid out of control, correct?
That's exactly right. What happens with bad tires or bald tires is you start to hydroplane. Water gets between the road and your tire and you lose control of the car.
And it can happen really quickly. We're just doing 22 miles an hour. We have to turn suddenly.
And around we go.
Obviously, if you're in a school zone, this is really bad news.
You're under no control of the car. You have no idea where we're going to go at that point.
What I did there is I accelerated into the turn. That was a mistake. If I had braked, the same thing would have happened?
That's exactly right. There's 4 things we can do to avoid that skid and maybe continue to control that car. First of all, look where you want to go, not where you're headed. You may hit that item you're looking at.
All right.
So look where you want to go. Counter steer. So in a left-hand turn, we're going to come back with a little bit of a right-hand turn to get the wheels rolling again.
Okay.
Thirdly and fourthly, it's off the gas, off the brake until you regain control of the car.
Off the brake and off the gas. Let's try it now. Ken and I have been trying this for the better part of a day or so now. I'm going to try to do this correctly. I start to turn, and instead, well, see how difficult this is. It's not easy at all. I actually lost control again.
Yeah, and you did a pretty good job, just a little late on getting off the gas.
One more time then. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to try to get this under control. I'm going to do it right up here. 22 miles an hour, and I start to lose control.
There you go. Very well done. As soon as you feel the car start to slide, counter steer, and you'll get control of the car again. That was nicely done.
Well, it's not easy. So the point here is, of course, you wouldn't find yourself in this situation if you kept your tires properly inflated, or if, in fact, you managed to make sure that your tires have the proper tread at all times.
That's exactly right.
All right, Ken, thanks.
Okay,
Ken's very brave to have driven with me in this car for the last day or so. Meredith, back to you.
Thanks, Tom Costello. I think you might want to take a car service home, though. You know, I'm going to check my tires at any rate.